ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਫਰੀਦਾ ਕਾਲੇ ਮਹਿੰਡੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ, ਕਾਲਾ ਮਹਿੰਡਾ ਵੇਸ, ਗੁਨਹੀ ਭਰਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰਾਂ, ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿ ਦਰਵੇਸ। ਤੂੰ ਦਰਿਆਓ ਦਾਨਾ ਬੀਨਾ, मैं मछली कैसे अंत लहा। जह जह देखा तह तह तू है, तुझ ते निकसी फूट मरा। खग खंड बेहंडन खलदल खंडन, अतरन मंडंग बरबंडंग, पुज दांडे अखंडंग तेज प्रचंडंग, जोते अमंडंग भान प्रभंग। सुख संता करनंग दुर्मत दरनंग, किलबिक हरनंग असरनंग। जय जय जग कारण सृष्टि उबारण, मम प्रतिपारण जय ते गंग। चतर चक्रवर्ती चतर चक्र पुगते, श्रीयम पव सबंग सर्वदा सर्व जुगते। दुकालंग प्रनासी दयालंग स्वरूपे, सदा अंग संगे अपंगं बेपूते। दंडौत बंदन अनक बार, सर्व कला समरथ। डोलन ते राखो प्रभु, नानक दे कर हथ। डोलन ते राखो प्रभु, नानक दे कर हथ। राजान राज भानन भान, देवान देव उपा महान। चवर छत्र तख्तां दे मालक, अकाल पुरख दे सरगुण स्वरूप। ज्योति अनूप गोविंद रूप, ਧੰਨ 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 ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਿੱਘੀ ਗੋਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੁੜ ਬੈਠੀ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ। We're blessed with these moments. But before I begin, let's remember who we are and what our mission is. A soldier with no objective is not a soldier. He's lost. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, the truth is, when you introduce yourself to me with this fateh, and I introduce myself to you with this fateh, that is truly who we are and what mission we work for. Pyariyo, many have come into this world and tried to destroy this fateh. With every effort made, they tried to take out this fateh, but the truth is this shabad and this fateh is something that destroyed them and sent them to hell. So ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮਨ ਬਿਰਤੀਆਂ ਕਾਗਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਕਲਗੀਧਰ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੱਜ ਵੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। When we walk this path of love, many define love in many different ways. But the truth is, Sache Pacha is saying, what is true love? Love is that when you are no longer part of that equation. When you do not exist anymore, that is what true love is, and love cannot exist without sacrifice. Many have done the arth of prem to mean pare main. When main pare hogi, when I am no more, that is when only truly you can abide. Jab hum hote, tab tu nahi, ab tu hi, main nahi. Pyariyo, when we want to think about love, true love, many fought these battles. Many died in the love of Guru Kalgitar Pacha, and they asked for this one blessing, Sache Pacha, once we die, bless us so we can be born again. Come on to your path, fight for you in battle and die once again. Until the end of time, we don't want any liberation. We don't desire any other wealth. No, the only thing that we want is to die in your love. Because this is what true bliss is. Main te benti kara. Today, let's focus our consciousness and put yourselves in that position. Pyare, the truth is, Shaheed Singhs and Singhaniya, they've become Shaheed, but they sit amongst you today. Never forget that. Wherever Guru Granth Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah Swaroop is, there is always Tiyar Bar Tiyar 5 Shaheed Singhs and Singhaniya walking around it. standing around it. Wherever Guru Kalgitar Pacha, my beloved Guru Gobind Singh Ji went, in their physical life even, there was always Tyar Bar Tyar, ever ready, 25 Tyar Bar Tyar Singhs always standing behind them. If Guru Gobind Singh Ji was sitting in this darbar today, there's 25 Tyar Bar Tyar Singhs. Amongst them is Bhai Daya Singh Ji. Amongst them is Bhai Bachitar Singh Ji. Amongst them is Bhai Himmat Singh Ji. These beloved Gursikhs are always standing by Kalgitar Pacha. Par main benti karan, Kalgitar Pacha, not only was everybody who was fully devoted in their love, Dilo Muhabbat Jin Sei Sachiya, Jin Man Hor Mukhor Se Kande Kacheya. Those that turn their face away from my beloved Guru, they're kache, they're raw. But those that truly are drenched with the love of my Guru, whether their bodies are cut into bits, whether they are destroyed, whether their families are destroyed, they and their true love along with the Guru live on forever. This true love is such that you can try to cut it, you can try to burn it, you can try to rip it apart. You can never ever separate this true love. Mu lalan se preet bani, tori na toote, shori na shoote, aisi mado, khinch tani. That's what this true love is. Pyareo, Kalgitar Pacha, they arrive into this land, which is today known as Paonta Sahib. We are about to discuss the very first battle of Kalgitar Pacha. My beloved Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha, you arrive into this city because your foot, which translates to paon, wherever your paon arrived, wherever it touched, that place becomes blessed. This city became known as Paonta Sahib. Pyareo, the truth is, I've traveled to this city. You travel to this area close to the mountains, and you today yourself will experience the same bliss, the same anand that is moving throughout that wind. And truth is, when you look out into that field of Bhangani, which is 4 kilometers away from Paonta Sahib, today, I want you, because if you are sitting here, and on this drive I was speaking to one of the Gursikhs, that when we look into those fields of England, even outside these walls of where we're doing this camp, there's fields. There is a small, very mild fog in the distance. The hill is coming up, and on this side the hill is going down. This is exactly when you stand beside the tree where Guru Kalgitar Pacha stood in the Battle of Bhangani. That is the exact same scene. There is a field of greenery. The slope is going downwards. From the distance, you see mountains. And Pyareo, in this battlefield, Kalgitar Pacha is standing. I want you to take your surti, take your consciousness, and sit in the midst of that battle. Forget time, forget your body, forget where you are and what country you were born in. Nahin Pyareo, stand with Kalgitar Pacha. Main benti kara, when Kalgitar Pacha arrived in Paonta Sahib, there was a Gursikh who was from Sadora, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੀ Peer Buddhu Shah. Peer Buddhu Shah, Pyareo, who had been touched by the love of Peer Pikhan Shah. Somebody who traveled to Kalgitar Pacha when Kalgitar Pacha first stepped on to this world in the city of Patna. There Pikhan Shah, who every Musliman read their nawaz and they bow down towards the west. Today, this Pikhan Shah is bowing down towards the southeast. And now Pikhan Shah is taking this Buddhu Shah, whose original name was Badruddin, but because everybody called him stupid, called him Buddhu, he became known to be Buddhu Shah. The truth is, people threw rocks at my beloved Guru Nanak. They threw stones at my beloved Guru Nanak. They called him monstrous. They called Bhagat Farid Ji. They called him somebody that doesn't walk the way of the world. Somebody, even the mother of Bhagat Kabir Ji, said he's a pain into my house. The truth is, when Peer Buddhu Shah was drenched in this love, Ratte Ishq Khudaye, Rang Didar De. Pyareo, we look at this word Mohabbate. This is a Farsi word. Take this word, mo means me. Hub means ishq, which means true passionate love. And ta or te means you. But literally the word mohabbate just means mo, me, I love you. That's what the word mohabbate means. Dilo mohabbat jinn. Say sache, that true love who's experiencing this drenched, imbued ras, nectar, faces the Kalgitar Pacha. And the truth is, once they see the blessed vision of my Guru, that love is never broken. Pir Buddhu Shah had done the darshan of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Pacha, has done the darshan of Kalgitar Pacha. Many times they hear they've arrived in Paonta Sahib. They go and do darshan. As soon as they arrive, Pyareo, they bow down. But a thought crosses their mind, should I be bowing down or should I not be? They reach out their hand towards Kalgitar Pacha because they had many followers with them. Kalgitar Pacha grabs their hand and makes them sit down, sits them beside them with true love, and they ask a question. Hey my Akal Purkh, hey my Kalgitar Pacha, how can I meet God? How can I grow my love for the Guru? And there Kalgitar Pacha, with a smile, they say, how is God met? Just like night meets day. Just like when the moon goes away, the darkness is vanished and the sun rises. Just like night merges into day, just like that you will merge into God. Just like that, this is how you meet God. Pikan Shah Waheguru, Pir Buddhu Shah says. But how is that a meeting? Because one does not exist. One merges into the other. Night does not actually meet day. Night vanishes and day arrives. And Kalgitar Pacha says, in that exact way, your home will be vanished. You will see it bit by bit. Just like the night is setting and the ambrosial morning hours rise, in the same way, the more you see your Guru, the more you experience your Guru, your sense of these worldly desires, the sense of all these pains, your even own existence will begin to vanish right in front of you. And the truth is, the thing that you look towards Kalgitar Pacha with your own logic, even that will vanish. Your own mind vanishes. Even your emotions and your body begins to vanish, Pyareo. This true love, Pyareo, not getting too much into it, is there with Pir Buddhu Shah and Kalgitar Pacha. Pyareo one day arrives. Even Aurangzeb, sitting in Delhi, this Aurangzeb, who's a tyrant, who's taken his own father, put him to jail. Aurangzeb is getting rid of 700 soldiers, Pathans from their army. They have no place to go. They have no place to live. And my Kalgitar Pacha hears this word from Pir Buddhu Shah. Pir Buddhu Shah says that these Pathans have no home. Can you give them a home? Can you provide them? Kalgitar Pacha brings 500 of them that turn to the Guru. Whoever arrives turns to the Guru. Kalgitar Pacha brings them in and says that you have a place to stay. You will be paid. You can live amongst and you can practice your own faith. Kalgitar Pacha's, none of their battles were ever against the Islamic faith or the Hindu faith. Nay, they were against tyranny. They're against zulm. Here that's proven. Pyareo, 500 of these soldiers are living, eating, breathing, and fighting and training alongside Bhai Daya Ram Ji, who later becomes Bhai Daya Singh Ji in the Panj Pyare. They're fighting and training along with the cousin brothers of Guru Kalgitar Pacha. Pyareo, sometimes we don't look into these details. Kalgitar Pacha, in their army, there was 5 leaders, 5 commanders. All of them were their own cousin brothers, who we know as Sangu Shah or Sango Shah. Then we have Jeetmal. On the 3rd, we have Gulab Rai, Ganga Ram, and Mari Chand. Who were these 5 beautiful sons? They were the sons of the Puaji of Kalgitar Pacha, Bibi Viroji. Their father, Guru Gobind Singh Ji's father, was Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj. Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj's elder sister was Bibi Viroji, who was the daughter of Guru Hargobind Maharaj. And now these brothers of Kalgitar Pacha, they're fighting alongside Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha in the middle of this battle of what we know as Bhangani da Yudh. Pyareo, let's focus on this Yudh. I want you to put your hands together. Focus your consciousness and bring yourself into this Maidana Jang. Akho Satnam, Sri Vaheguru. Akho Tan Guru, Pyare. Akho Tan Kalgitar Pacha, Tan Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Maharaj Tan Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Sahib Sache Pacha. Irkha is arriving from Aurangzeb. All of the Pahadi Raje, there is 22 of them having ego with the Kalgitar Pacha of why is their army growing. They're growing people's attention. Everybody is focusing towards them. Why can't they just become a fakir? Why can't they just become a saint and teach people about religion and teach people about spirituality? Why do they have to have an army? Why do they go out and preach and teach? The truth was, there was an excuse made. The excuse was made that at this wedding we'll be gathering. But at that wedding of the son of Pikhan Shah and the daughter of Mir Khan, this army comes. Kalgitar Pacha did not buy the horses. They did not give the horses. So they come with this excuse. They all arrive. And they're on the other end of this river called Yamuna. Pyareo, take your consciousness and stand at the top of this hill of the field of Bhangani. At the top of this Bhangani field, which is 4 kilometers away, Kalgitar Pacha asked Diwan Nand Chand, and they say there is an army arriving to take out the city of Paonta Sahib. Kalgitar Pacha decides that this is not the place to have the battle. We will have it at this place called Bhangani, which is 4 kilometers away. Pyareo, now this day, when Kalgitar Pacha, they say to all of the Dals, they say to all of the Singhs, they say, we will leave Paonta Sahib today and we will travel to Bhangani. And 4 kilometers away, Pyareo, it may take you 6 months to build a house. It may take somebody a year to create a house. But here Kalgitar Pacha, on the slope, they built another slope. They built a fort in 12 days. Pyareo, this fort is built. Kalgitar Pacha sitting in Paonta Sahib. They say, Khalsa ji, Nagara vajao. Play the Nagara. And this Nagara is played. All of the Dals, all the regiments gather and they travel towards Bhangani. Kalgitar Pacha is riding their beautiful Nila horse, traveling and running forth. All of these hundreds and thousands of Gursikhs, they're traveling as well. Pyareo, they travel and travel. When they get to Bhangani, imagine that sight. Dust is coming into the air. The sun is shining upon all of these beautiful horses, all of these beautiful Singhs and Singhaniya, and Kalgitar Pacha is at the front of all of them. The Baj of Kalgitar Pacha is roaring above. Look at that beautiful sight. And when they arrive, all of them, they set up slopes. They set up their places. And on the other side of Yamuna, there is King Fateh Shah. There is Pikhan Shah. There are many other kings. Hari Chand. All of these 22 kings arrive and they're crossing over the Yamuna river. Pyareo, and at this moment, look at what the true love of Gursikhs is. Jin man hor, mukhor se kande kachya, those that are something else on the inside and different on the outside. Jin man hor, mukhor se kande kachya, they're false. Pyareo, those 500 Pathans, they were bought out by these Pahadi Raje. They were said that, look, we have armies of tens of thousands. Kalgitar Pacha only has a few hundred, maybe a few thousand. We are definite to win. We will destroy Paonta Sahib. And whatever treasure is there, it will become yours if you fight on our side. We have heard, and these Pathans actually thought that we are the only reason Guru Gobind Singh Ji stands a chance to win the battle. Pyareo, never think that Kalgitar Pacha needed to rely on anybody. And this is proven through this battle. Kalgitar Pacha is looking, these Pathans, as soon as Hari Chand is standing on the right side of Fateh Shah, they play their war cries. These 500 Pathans, Pyareo, of maybe a few, like Kal Khan, they stayed back. But 400 to 500 of them, they left Kalgitar Pacha, they joined the ranks of the Pahadi Raje. They turned their face away from the Guru, Pyareo, and the truth is, as soon as they turned their face away from the Guru, they came into the wrath of the Guru. They turned their face away from the blessings of Kalgitar Pacha. They went and joined their side. Kalgitar Pacha wrote a letter to Pir Buddhu Shah. This letter was sent, and they said, "Oh Pir Buddhu Shah, those people that you said we should rely on, those that came and ate the Guru's salt, they ate the Guru's food and earned the Guru's blessings, those people have now turned their face away from Kalgitar Pacha." That letter is sent. Pyareo, the Nagaras are being played on both sides. Kalgitar Pacha is standing, and on each of their sides, there are these commanders. There are these brothers of Kalgitar Pacha, the cousin brothers. Pyareo, alongside them, there's Diwan Nandchand, who is the commander of the army. There is Pai Daya Ram Brahman, who later becomes Pyare Pai Daya Singh Ji. Pyare, these Gursikhs, and not only them, there was even somebody whose name was Udasi Mahant Kirpal Das. He was the head of Udasi Panth, of the Udasi Samprada. Pyareo, when they even heard that Kalgitar Pacha is going to go into battle and there's a chance of us dying and losing, there was 500 Udasis. 500 of them turned their face away from Kalgitar Pacha. Jinman hor mukhor se kande kachya. They turned their face away from Guru Kalgitar Pacha. They ran away. Kalgitar Pacha asked amongst all the Gursikhs, have all of them left? Or is there any of them left? And one, Diwan Nandchand says, no, Sache Pacha, there is one left. That is their Mukhi, that was their leader. Their leader is Mahant Kirpal Das. And Kalgitar Pacha at that moment that say, the roots of the Dasis will always remain green because the root is still here. Pyareo, Kirpal Das is there. Even Pyareo, Kalgitar Pacha's own Mama Ji, the brother of Mata Gujri Ji. Pyareo, these days which we're remembering where Mata Gujri Ji and the Chote Sahibzade, they leave their body. Mata Gujri Ji's brother, Pyareo Guru Tegh Bahadur Sache Pacha's brother-in-law, Kalgitar Pacha's Mama Ji is standing beside Kalgitar Pacha ready to fight this battle. Look at, if you don't know these names, Pyareo, it's time to learn these names. This is our family. Pyareo, Deen Dayal Parose Tere Sab Parvar Chadaya Bere. Truly, this is what it means. Not only did Kalgitar Pacha take their entire family and sacrifice it for the Panth, but many have been doing it before this time as well in the first battle of Kalgitar Pacha. And now, on the other side, the battle takes place. They're running towards. They're climbing the slope. But look at the Ranniti of my Kalgitar Pacha. The beautiful Ranniti. The Ranniti is that they are standing at the top of the slope. They are planning to shoot guns all the way down, shooting arrows down the slope. They built these forts at the top. And not only this one slope, Kalgitar Pacha had created two other flanks from the right and the left, all facing downwards. The Gursikhs had taken time to bring dirt and create the slope so they could be standing at the top. And now, coming across the Yamuna River, King Fateh Shah and 22 of these Pahadi Raje are climbing up with thousands and thousands. Pyareo, amongst them were trained soldiers. Hari Chand, who was a master of the arrow. There are some that are masters of the sword. Pyareo, it takes an entire lifetime to perfect and master one shastra, let alone all of Ranniti. If you were sitting on a horse today, sometimes it would take your entire lifetime to be able to master the art of horse riding in battle. These are trained warriors, but amongst them, they had brought many villagers as well. Many villagers just in the form of mobs. Some were traders. Some were just farmers. Aurangzeb had gathered all of them in the name of Islam. They are saying that we are going to go and attack something and do a righteous act. So they are part of that. And the 500 to 400 traitor Pathans are amongst them as well. They're standing beside Fateh Shah. They're riding up. And now, what do you hear from the back? All the Gursikhs, they are losing their spirit. They're saying, are we able to fight this battle or are we not? And then, from the back, you hear the war cries. You hear Nagara being played. And when this Nagara is being played, there are 700 soldiers that are coming to aid Kalgitar Pacha. They ride in within half a day. They ride in, and amongst this way, they're killing many, many Pathans. Kalgitar Pacha asked, who are these warriors that are riding into this Battle of Bhangani? Who could these 700 saviors be of these Gursikhs? And from the far right side, Pyareo, on one side, Sache Pacha set out Sango Shah, the eldest cousin brother of Kalgitar Pacha. On the other side, there is Jeetmal. On the other side, there is Daya Ram. And beside them, Mama Kripal Chand is standing. And from the far side, who are these 700 people? One Gursikh runs towards Kalgitar Pacha and says, hey Sache Pacha, who are these 700 people? This is no other than that same Gursikh who has been sitting in your Sangat, falling in love with you, even going against Aurangzeb, standing against the Hakams. This is nobody other than the true lover of yours, the true devotee of yours, Pir Buddhu Shah. Pir Buddhu Shah gathered 700 horsemen, ran into this jung, and this old Bajorg who is elder than 60 years, he's brought with him 4 of his sons. He's brought 2 of his brothers. He's brought his nephews. He's brought his own family, whoever he could gather. As many people he could gather in just a split moment. He brought them together, coming to fight the battle. Not is only Kalgitar Pacha and Bibi Viroji and their sons, sacrificing their entire family, but even Pir Buddhu Shah is bringing their own brothers and their own sons. Not only did Kalgitar Pacha give their sons away, but even their devotees did before that. Pyareo, Pir Buddhu Shah rides into this battle. As they're riding, their Nagara is being played. This Nagara being played, Pyareo, on this side, Kalgitar Pacha's Gursikhs are filled with Bir Ras, and they're yelling out these jikare. They say, Jikara Gajave, Fateh Pave, Nara Jave. The battle commences. Pyareo, the battle commences, and from one side, there is Pir Buddhu Shah riding into this battle. 700 are riding with them, and with swords slashing, arrows being shot. Pir Buddhu Shah, who is elder than more than 65 years old at this time, his beard is flowing with white hairs, and at this time he's shooting these arrows as well. As these arrows are being shot, look at this beautiful battle takes place. On the right side, there is Pir Buddhu Shah. They're riding in. On the left side, there is Shango Shah and Jeetmal. And on the front lines, on this side, Pyareo, many other Gursikhs are riding in. Pyareo, at this time, when they see Pir Buddhu Shah riding in, Pyareo, at that time, even Diwan Nand Chand and even Bhai Daya Ram, they stood to Kalgitar Pacha and they say, wow, look at what a beautiful battle is taking place. They say, Sache Pacha, give us permission. May we go into this battle and may we ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਦੋ ਹੱਥ ਲੜਾ ਲਈਏ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਬੇਮੁਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ, those that turned their face away. These 700 warriors of Pir Buddhu Shah, what is the first thing that they did? Pir Buddhu Shah said, oh Sache Pacha, I gave you my word to take these Pathans into your ranks. But Sache Pacha, they turned their back on you. He did not blame them. He did not blame anybody. No, Pir Buddhu Shah is saying, no, it's my fault. I've made a galti, so I'm here to redeem myself. If 500 or 400 have turned their back away from you, I've brought 700 more. And they ride into this battle. They're going and say, Sache Pacha, I'm here to give all of this to you. Daya Ram and Nand Chand receive permission from Kalgitar Pacha. They ride into this battle. They go and they're fighting. Pir Buddhu Shah is fighting this battle. Pyareo, at the front, all of them, the first person that they see, there's Pikhan Shah. Pikhan Shah, Hayat Khan, and Najabat Khan. These were the 3 leader Pathans of those that turned their face away from Kalgitar Pacha. King Fateh Shah is standing at the back and he's saying, why don't you go and lead these people? They're fighting this battle. Now Daya Ram Nand Chand is going in and they're cutting people. Pyareo, even the sun starts shying away. This battle started in the morning. Now it is mid-morning. and now arrows are being shot. It is such like all of these Pir Buddhu Shah and their warriors, just like tigers pounce onto their enemies and they take them and shred them to bits. Just like that, they're shredding them into bits. Just like shields are hitting swords and there's thunder in the air. In the same way, each and every one of these warriors are yelling out war cries. It is like thunder is in their hands and they're throwing spears of thunder into the enemy. Pyareo, it is like there is a stream, lasers of these arrows are being shot, and many Gursikhs are dying and many Pathans are dying. But the truth is, Pyareo, in the midst of that battle, Pir Buddhu Shah killed every single one of those Pathans. Every single one of those. Every single one of those Pathans that were fighting and standing in the mid path of Pir Buddhu Shah and their 700 soldiers, they took care of them, Pyareo. But here, Pyareo, as this is taking place, they're fighting a battle. And amongst this, on the right side, on the left side, there's Sango Shah and there is Jeetmal, the two elder sons of Bibi Viroji, the daughter of Guru Hargobind Maharaj. Pyareo, the Puaji of Kalgitar Padshah. Pyareo, they are raptured by all of these Pathans. And when Pikran Shah and them arrive, and they take care of them, their way was guerrilla warfare. They would surround them. And as they would surround them, Pyareo, Jeetmal is surrounded by all of these Pahadi Raje. They're beginning to attack. An arrow is shot and it hits the leg of the horse of Jeetmal. The horse is injured. And Sango Shah, the eldest of all of these cousin brothers, Pyareo, he is standing and he sees his brother in trouble. They're coming closer and closer. Pyareo, Sango Shah himself rides into this battle, goes and clears all the path and brings Jeetmal all the way back. Pyareo, and what is happening on the other side? As this time is taking place, there are two Pathans left, their leaders. Fateh Shah is saying that, look, you have turned your back. Why are you shying away? Just because Pir Buddhu Shah has arrived? Why are you scared of them? We will destroy Paonta Sahib. We will take care of Kalgitar Padshah, and all the treasure will be yours. Pyareo, their face is not towards the Guru. Their face is towards wealth. And the truth is, whoever attaches themselves towards something false, they become the form of false. Manmukh moy jin duji pyasa. They go and they die in that same way. Pyareo, jin man hor, mukh hor, se kande kachya. They're false. In this same way, Hayat Khan rides into this battle. And as Hayat Khan is arriving into this battle, he takes his arrows, shoots many. It is like there are just arrows and arrows, just like it is raining arrows. He starts killing many Gursikhs. Pyareo, there is one person sitting beside Kalgitar Padshah whose name was Udasi Mahant Kirpal Das. He says to Kalgitar Padshah, Sache Padshah, bless me. Can I go and destroy this Hayat Khan? Kalgitar Padshah smiles. And they say, Hayat Khan, oh, Kirpal Das, you don't even have a weapon. You're wearing saffron clothes because they were Udasis. You have ashes all over your body. How are you going to fight this battle? You don't even know how to fight. And Mahant Udasi, Kirpal Das says, hey, Sache Padshah, if I have your blessings, I can achieve anything. If I have your hand on top of my head, I can achieve anything. On my shoulder, I have this one sota. I have this one staff, this one club. Sache Padshah, you are standing on this horse. I'm standing on a horse beside you. Give me permission. Let me go. Kalgitar Padshah says, what will you do? And Kirpal Das says, I will smash the head of Hayat Khan and take all of his pulp and his brains out, just like somebody spills yogurt onto the ground. In the same way, Kalgitar Padshah says, hey, Mahant Das, you have stayed true to Guru Nanak. If you fight this battle, you do not have a sword or a spear, you have a club. And just like amongst the Hindus, Bhim Sen's Gada, Bhim Sen's club is known to be great, and everybody remembers it and worships it. Amongst the Khalsa Panth, amongst the Gursikhs, everybody will remember this one club and this one staff, your sota. Everybody, whoever holds a sota, all Nahangs will remember the sota to be of Mahant Udasi Kirpal Das, the leader of these Udasi Panth. He rides into this battle and he does not look towards anybody else. He yells, "Oh Hayat Khan, you're going towards these people. I remember you. We used to sit inside Kalgidhar Pacha's divan. We used to do kirtan together. You used to listen to my bachan. We used to eat food together. Well, now you turned your face away from Kalgidhar Pacha. Come and fight me. Face me." Hayat Khan says, "Who is this person?" Hayat Khan knew who he was. He's like, "Go and do your katha te nuni kuch bhi pada. Go and read your scriptures. Go and do your meditation and rub ashes all over your body. You don't know how to fight." Hayat Khan rides into battle. They say, "Let me take care of you first." Kirpal Das, hold their sota, ride straight towards Hayat Khan. And Pyareo, look at this beautiful act. Just like the Kalgidhar Pacha ji's bachan, Hayat Khan puts their staff in front. Hayat Khan comes with the sword. As soon as his sword hits the staff, Pyareo, we've all heard of swords hitting swords, shields hitting shields, arrows being cut with swords and shields, Pyareo, but nobody has ever seen a sword striking a club or a staff or a sota. All of the rest of Pir Buddhu Shah's warriors, even the rest of the Pahadiya, they stop and they start watching this sight. What takes place? As soon as the sword hits the club, the sword breaks in half. As soon as the sword breaks in half, Pyareo, Mahant Kirpal Das, they turn their horse around. They stand on top of their horse. They jump into the air with both hands. They take their sota and they strike it upon the head of Mahant on the top of Hayat Khan. Hayat Khan's head crushes to the ground, and just like Krishan dropped his pot and all the butter spilled all over the ground, all the yogurt spilled to the ground, everybody saw all of the blood and the brains of Hayat Khan pulp and drop to the ground. All of, even the brother of Hayat Khan, Najabad Khan, loses his ground. Nobody knows what is taking place. Pyaro, the Singhs are roaring in tears. They're looking at this wondrous act. One side, this is taking place. Pyare, on the other side, there is somebody from the north who was just a woodworker. Look at it, if you have the Guru's blessings on your hand, you can achieve anything. Just briefly touching on it, Pyare. Somebody by the name of Ram Singh. He is a woodworker. He does not know how to fight battle. He arrives and says, "Sache Pacha, let me do something as well." Sache Pacha says, "What are you going to do?" He makes out of wood, he creates a cannon. He says, "Sache Pacha, I create this cannon. What should we do? How should we fire this?" Kalgidhar Pacha says, "Just take those rocks on the side, put it on into this cannon, and shoot these rocks down this hill. And wherever these rocks land, it will be like bombs landing on top of these pahadiye." Ram Singh puts this cannon together, puts the rocks in, remembers Guru Nanak, remembers Kalgidhar Pacha inside of their heart, shoots these rocks. These rocks fly down all the way, and wherever they hit, the rocks are exploding and they're taking away 2-3 pahadi at a time. This is taking place. On one side, Pyareo, there is somebody by the name of Lal Chand. Lal Chand, Pyareo, a cow herder. There's another Lal Chand who was just, Pyareo, somebody who was a boatman. Both of these people, they're saying, "Sache Pacha, let us go into battle." They say, "What will you do?" They grab whatever they can. They go into battle and they start striking pahadiye. They're cutting through, just like a lawnmower cuts through grass. They're piling bodies on one side, left and right. Pyare, look, whoever has Kalgidhar Pacha's hand on top of their head, they can achieve anything. Kalgidhar Pacha had great warriors as well. On the left side, Pyare, after Pir Buddhu Shah is going here, all of their Gursikhs come and join into the middle fight. In the middle fight, Pyareo, there is somebody by the name of Gopal Guleria. He arrives. He sees Pir Buddhu Shah riding into this battle. And what do they do? On one side, both just like Mari Chand, Jeetmal, and Sango Shah, they were surrounded. On this side, the two sons, Sayyid Asarf and Sayyid Muhammad, the two sons of Pir Buddhu Shah, they are surrounded. Pyareo, a Sarf is riding into this battle. As he's fighting, Gopal Guleria is shooting his arrows. The arrows are shot, many hit, but one of these arrows go right through the chest, right in front of the eyes of Pir Buddhu Shah. His son falls to the ground. Pyareo, par Pir Buddhu Shah did not start walking backwards. No, they continued forward. Their eldest son, they did not think, how am I going to go and explain this to my wife? No, they say, it's okay. Everybody's going to die at one point. This is a blessing. If somebody dies for the Guru, this is the greatest death that somebody could die. They fight into that battle. They move forward. Their eldest son is killed by Gopal Guleria. This battle is taking place. This battle continues, Pyareo. Many of these Gursikhs are fighting into battle. Now on this other side, Hari Chand arrives into this battle. Hari Chand is shooting his arrows. He is a Mar, Pyareo. And now this one time comes when Pir Buddhu Shah comes towards the left. Jeetmal arrives to the front. Hari Chand is facing Jeetmal. Pyareo, Jeetmal is going into battle. He faces Hari Chand. And as soon as they face Hari Chand, what they are doing, they're riding into battle. They're shooting these arrows. Jeetmal shoots an arrow and it hits Hari Chand's horse. Hari Chand shoots an arrow and it hits Jeetmal's horse. Pyareo, both of them fall off their horse because their horses are now dead. Then both of them shoot another arrow. Both of them strike each other's arm. One hits the arm of Hari Chand, one hits the arm of Jeetmal. Vaheguru, Jeet Chand. And as soon as his arm is pierced with an arrow, he takes out the arrow. This beautiful cousin brother of Kalgidhar Pacha, he continues into battle. And before he was able to pull out the next arrow, Hari Chand pulled his arrow, shot the arrow, and Pyareo, this arrow went right through the chest of Jeetmal as well. He fell to the ground, fell to the front. Before he fell, he was able to shoot another arrow. He shot another arrow, and when it shot this arrow, Pyareo, he went and struck Hari Chand, but did not kill him. It was just enough to go and strike his arm and cut his ear. Hari Chand moved his head to the side, Pyareo, but he bled out and he fell unconscious. Hari Chand fell unconscious on the ground. All the Pathans, all of the Pahadiye, they do not know what's happening anymore. They pick up Hari Chand, they take him to the back. Even Fateh Shah does not know what's going on. Pyareo, Jeetmal has fallen to the ground, and Sango Shah is seeing his younger brother fall to the ground. Kalgidhar Pacha sees the first Shaheed amongst their family in this Bhangani Yudh. This second son of Bibi Viroji has fallen to the ground. Kalgidhar Pacha themselves praise. Kalgidhar Pacha themselves praise the son of Pir Buddhu Shah. They praise the son of Bibi Viroji. Pyareo, this battle is taking place. As they all continue, even the sun is shining away. It is midday now. How can we explain each and every moment? The Pathans, they retreat. They begin to start moving back. All the Pahadiye, they start moving back. They do not know what's going on. Sango Shah is still at the front lines, continuing this battle, shooting arrows, just like black cobras are shooting off of his bow. They're going and biting all of these Pathans and Pahadiye. They fall to the ground. Main the binti kara, Pir Buddhu Shah continue forward. As they go, they continue forward. Their second son falls to the ground as well. Pyareo, when their second son falls to the ground, Pir Buddhu Shah continues forward still. I just want to come to the end of this jung. Pyareo, we can speak about this jung for days and days. Kavi Santokh Singh writes about this for days as well. Pyareo, main the ek binti kara. Just briefly touching, look at Pir Buddhu Shah. They know my Kalgidhar Pacha is standing at the top of the hill and watching all of this happen. They're commanding using the Raniti. Now go towards the right. They send Sahib Chand, go towards the left and do not come from the front, come from the side. Take all of these guns that you have and shoot them. Pyareo, Sahib Chand goes and shoots all of them. Dayaram, Nand Chand, and even Mahant, Kirpal Das, they're coming back. Pero even amongst this battle, the Mama Ji, Kirpal Chand, Mama Kirpal Chand is sent into this battle. They go and they're fighting in the midst of this battle. Kalgidhar Pacha is using this Raniti. And then, Pyareo, there is somebody whose name is Najabat Khan. Najabat Khan rides into this battle, comes straight for Sango Shah. They shoot these arrows. Pyareo, these arrows are shot. As they come closer and closer, they pull out their swords. When their arrows run out, they're cutting each other with swords. As they're cutting each other, Kavi describes from the head to the bottom of the toes, there are cuts and wounds and blood is coming out. You do not see skin anymore. You only see blood. But their faces are glowing, and on their tongue is still Tan Guru Gobind Singh Sahib, Tan Guru Gobind Singh Sahib. From the back, Nagare are still playing. As these Nagare are being played, both of these warriors are fighting. Pyareo, Najabat Khan makes a cutting slash towards this son of Bibi Viroji. And as soon as he thinks he's won, he celebrates too early. Sango Shah turns around and cuts off the head, slices Najabat Khan in half. He falls to the ground. But Pyareo, as all of the Pahadi are singing their cheers, as the Gursikhs are singing their cheers as well, Sango Shah, that wound goes so deep that they fall on the ground as well. Pyare, it was a Sanjavar. Sanjavar is that when both strike at the same time and they both get hit. Both fall to the ground. All the Gursikhs stop. All the Pahadiyas stop. They say, Najabat Khan has fallen to the ground. And all say that Sango Shah, our commander, has fallen to the ground. Everybody does not know what's happening anymore. 2 sons of Bibi Viroji have died in the battle. 2 sons of Pir Buddhu Shah become shaheed in this battle. Kalgidhar Pacha, when they hear the news that this beautiful warrior of mine, this beautiful beloved of mine has now fallen in the battle, they've experienced true bliss, they've gone straight and become one with God. They've fallen into love with Kalgidhar Pacha. They fall and Guru Kalgidhar Pacha labeled them the king of battle. They're saying their name is not Sango Shah anymore. Their name is Sangram Shah. They renamed them. They say Sangram Shah, the king of battle. That is what they will be known as. They are praised. We praise Guru Gobind Singh Ji. We say Tan Tan Kalgidhar Pacha, Nasuro Mansur Guru Gobind Singh. These are the words we use. But imagine Kalgidhar Pacha themselves praising these Gursikhs. As they're praised, now Kalgidhar Pacha grab their reins of their horse and they ride into battle themselves. Soon as they ride into battle, Pera, look at this beautiful act. On one side, there is somebody who is a woodcutter. He is fighting this battle. Somebody who is just a boatman fighting this battle. Somebody who is a meat seller is fighting this battle. Somebody who is an Odasi, he is going and killing. And there are many, many trained soldiers as well. Pera, all of those mobs that are being killed. This battle is taking place. Kalgidhar Pacha themselves, as soon as they arrive into this battle, they take their arrow, Pyareo Sache Pacha, from the back, the Gursikhs, just to let everybody know that Guru Gobind Singh Ji themselves has entered the battlefield. Nagare start playing. The Nagare are playing. Kalgidhar Pacha takes their bow, puts an arrow on it, shoot one arrow. Pyareo, as this arrow is shot, not only one Pahadiya, not 2, but is taking hundreds of Pahadiya with one arrow. This arrow, this black cobra of an arrow, is shot from Kalgidhar Pacha's bow. It not only cuts through one Pathan, one Pahadiya, it cuts through one, through their chest, through the head of another, through the horse of another, and it goes through the head of the 5th. Many are being taken out with Kalgidhar Pacha. Then Sache Pacha turns their horse to the side. Sache Pacha aims their arrow. All the Pathans, they were all in one line. All the Pahadiya, Sache Pacha angled them in their strike in such a one way that they were all standing in one line. All of their heads and their chests were in one line. Look at the Raniti. Could anybody today battle in such a way? Kalgitar Pacha ride to the side, they curve their horse, and they shoot their arrow. As soon as they pull their arrow all the way back, that arrow goes through and cuts through, many of them in one strike as well. They all fall to the ground, as all of them are saying that the king of battle, the king of this world, has now entered the battle themselves. Many start running away. Even Pikhancha, they start running away. Guleria starts running away. Hundreds and thousands of them start running away. Pyareo, all the Pathans have come to the ground. Pir Buddhu Shah, he's still watching Kalgitar. Imagine, Pir Buddhu Shah, 65-year-old or elder, is going into this battle with his white beard, shooting arrows. And now he's seeing his Gursikhs die. And from the back, he sees Kalgitar Pacha ride past him. He sees Guru Gobind Singh Ji ride past, taking care. But Pyareo, the Pathans thought that they were the cause of the win. Pir Buddhu Shah even thought that he was able to help Kalgitar Pacha. But now everybody realized that nobody is born onto this world today yet who can aid Kalgitar Pacha in anything. Kalgitar Pacha themselves is Nasr Mansur. Guru Gobind Singh is the person that goes, that aids those people that have no support in life. Kalgitar Pacha rides into the battle. As soon as the arrows of Kalgitar Pacha shoot out like thunder, all of the Pahadi and the Pathans, they start retreating. They go back. But Pyareo, when Harichand, who is unconscious, he wakes up, he is bandaged. He sees what is going on in the middle of this battle. Just briefly touching on it. Harichand sees the king of Guleria is gone. The Pathans have come to an end. Fateh Shah is not moving. Bhim Chand is not coming into battle because he's too scared now. All of these Raje, what is going on? He's saying that, what can I do? He takes the reins of his horse, rides into battle, and Pyareo Kalgitar Pacha with one sword, one arrow, they go. They're killing many. And now in front of them comes Harichand. Harichand goes on lalkarya. They say, come and fight this battle with me. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha writes this own account in their own Bani Bachitar Natak. Harichand came in front. Pyareo, when you travel to this place of Bhangani, I want you to travel to this place of Paonta Sahib. Pyareo, when I stood beside that tree, you look onto the field, you can still feel and see these Gursikhs dying in this battle and loving Kalgitar Pacha. There is a tree which still stands there today, where Kalgitar Pacha stood beside and this event took place. You're looking downhill from that place. The mountains are in the back. Pyareo, Kalgitar Pacha standing on their horse beside this tree. This event takes place. Kalgitar Pacha says, Harichand, if you think you are such a great person with such great skills of an arrow, I want you to shoot first. And Harichand thinking that, who is this child? Doesn't he know that you're supposed to strike first in battle? My Guru says, no, we don't strike first. Anybody that runs away, we don't strike first. He's thinking that this person does not know how to fight a battle. He's just a young child that's 17, 18 years old. Kalgitar Pacha is waiting. He says, you strike. And now Harichand shoots his arrow. Harichand has never missed a shot. Harichand is that person that was so proud of his skills. Now he shoots his arrow. Kalgitar Pacha, with their swiftness, they kick their horse and the horse moves to the side. Pyareo, they miss, but the horse, it just goes to the side of the horse and it misses the horse of Kalgitar Pacha. And now there is a rule in battle. When one person strikes, then it's the other person's turn. Kalgitar Pacha says, no, don't worry, I'll give you another chance. Harichand thinks that, what a fool. He is allowing me to take another strike. Why is he allowing me to take him to death? Harichand takes his other bow, arrow, Dutiya Ban. He shoots his arrow. As soon as it goes, Kalgitar Pacha move their head to the side, and it goes, swings by the ear of Kalgitar Pacha, Pyareo, and it strikes one of the leaves of that tree. Pyareo, that tree is still there today, Pyareo. Whether somebody believes this or whether they don't, I've stood beside that tree, and when I looked upon that tree, many historians write this as well, Pyareo, I've seen many Gursikhs. They go to that tree and say, "Oh tree, you were alive and you've seen Kalgidar Pacha. This battle took account right beside you. You saw this battle take place right beside you. You were there then, you stand here now." I've seen Gursikhs matha take to that tree and hug that tree and cry in front of that tree. Pyare, when you look upon these leaves of this tree, just like that arrow of Hari Chand goes and strikes and went through a tree, that tree still remembers that account. Many leaves on that tree still have holes in it today. Such a beautiful act is taking place. Kalgidar Pacha says, "Take a third shot." He takes the third shot. Hari Chand goes, and that strike hits Kalgidar Pacha right in the belt. When it strikes the leather belt, the arrow pierces right through the belt. It was enough to cut Kalgidar Pacha, but it wasn't enough to drop or wound them. Just one drop of blood came out of the body, just a small cut. And that's when Kalgidar Pacha says, "You've had 3 strikes now. Now feel the wrath of my strike." Pyareo, that one drop of blood that came out of Kalgidar Pacha's, Pyareo, out of their body, that tree still remembers it today. That tree still has holes inside of its leaves. Kalgidar Pacha, they say in Bachitar Natak, they say, "Rasaval Chand. Jab baan la gyo, tab arrow saja gyo." As soon as that arrow struck me, I took my arrow, I put it upon my bow and I shot. All of these warriors are crying and they're cheering. I took one arrow and I shot it. As soon as I shot the arrow, Hari Chand mare so joda latare, it went right through the head of Hari Chand, falls to the ground. Everybody plays the nagare, everybody's the zikare. Hari Chand falls to the ground. When Hari Chand falls to the ground, even Bhim Chand starts running backwards. Everybody is climbing trees and trying to hide now. The Gursikhs are yelling the jakare. Hari Chand falls to the ground. The battle has now come to an end. Pir Buddhu Shah is watching this. Pyareo, all of this is taking place. The Rananjit Page. All of these people start running away. And what does Kalgidar Pacha say in that moment? They say, "Pai jeet meri, kirpa kal keri, Rananjit aaye, jang geet gaye." That when we return from this battle, we praise. They say, "I didn't win this battle on my own account. I won this battle because, oh Kirpa Kal Teri, oh this master of time, oh this Akal Purkh, Sache Pacha, it's between your Kirpa, because of your Kirpa." This is written into the own autobiography of Kalgidar Pacha, Sache Pacha. I want you to imagine this time, Pyareo. The battle has gone shant sun. Everybody is feeling the state of bliss. In this battle, Pir Buddhu Shah lost 2 sons and they lost a brother. As they return back, they fall at the feet of Kalgidar Pacha. I just want to touch on these little bits. What is true love, Pyareo? Kalgidar Pacha arrives back into Paonta Sahib. Sache Pacha is walking into this darbar. Everybody is doing kirtan. And wherever the Guru travels, Pyareo, this is the maryada of the darbar. Imagine Kalgidar Pacha walking into the darbar and the sing with the nagara is still playing that nagara. As is being played, that Gursikh is playing the nagara. Kalgidar Pacha arrives, sits on. Rananjit aaye, jayang geet gaye. Everybody sang the beautiful praises of winning the battle and they sang the praises of Akal Purkh. Kirtan took place at that time. Pir Buddhu Shah is sitting right beside Kalgidar Pacha and saying, "Sache Pacha, may you do these blessings upon us." Pyareo, Kalgidar Pacha, that night, they go into their own quarters. They go into their own room. They say, "Nobody is allowed to come and enter this room tonight." Somebody comes and knocks on the door. Gursikhs ask, "Who is it?" They say, "It's Pir Buddhu Shah." Kalgidar Pacha says, "He's allowed to enter. He's my own blood. He's my own heart." Pyareo, Pir Buddhu Shah enters. At that time, Kalgidar Pacha, they were doing their own kanga. They were combing their own case. Pir Buddhu Shah falls at the feet and Kalgidar Pacha says, Oh Pir Buddhu Shah, you've done a great deed. You sacrificed your own sons. Unhanu shabashi ditti. Pir Buddhu Shah says, Sache Pacha, that no, it is not a great thing I've done. It is a great blessing that you've done upon me. Because if my sons have died for you, that means my entire family has been liberated. I celebrate this day. I wanted as soon as my sons were born. I prayed to God that can one of my sons ever go, and how can I'm not able to give wealth. I'm not able to give followers. I'm not able to give anything. I've traveled through this world, all of this tapasya, all of this sadhana I've done. I've not experienced anything. But the truth is, fighting for you and falling at your feet, I've received bliss. And the truth is, I cannot give myself. If I can give even one of my sons and they can die for you, I will feel myself to be blessed. I will feel my sons to be blessed. And at that moment, Pyareo Kalgitar Pacha awards them, gives them a sropa. They say, oh Pir Buddhu Shah, ask for whatever you want. What do you wish for? Pir Buddhu Shah says, Sache Pacha, I can't ask for anything. But there's one thing that has caught my eye. This beautiful kanga of yours, which you do case for. Pyareo, this is why we love the Guru. We don't go to the Guru and say, give me wealth, give me money, help me, allow me to, pass my exams and all of these things. Nay, these are the nishaniya. Do not think a saropa is literally just a piece of cloth. You receive prashad, you receive a mala from the Guru, you receive a shastra from a Guru, you receive a shastra from a Mahampurkh. The greatest gift you can receive from the Guru, Pyareo, is the form of a shastra or a form of a kakar. There is nothing greater than this. You go to the Guru blesses you with immortality, blesses you with amrit, and they give you these kakars. Pyareo, at that time, he asked, give me this kanga. Sache Pacha, with the case of Kalgitar Pacha still on it. Kalgitar Pacha gives them that kanga. That kanga is raised by Pir Buddhu Shah. They touch it to their forehead. They are filled with this electric current. They take it back to their wife. Their wife first says, what face are you showing here? You returned back and you're saying that my two elder sons have died? As soon as she touches that kanga and the case of Kalgitar Pacha, the electric current runs through her as well, and she is completely in bliss. Pero cutting the long story short, when the brother of the wife of Pir Buddhu Shah, who was somebody in the court of Aurangzeb, the news came that Pir Buddhu Shah is the one that allowed the Bhangani Judh to succeed, that Kalgitar Pacha won. How is that able to take place? Pir Buddhu Shah is at fault. They say, go talk to him. Pyareo, when this Sad Khan arrives, he talks to him, he sees the love of Pir Buddhu Shah, he stays quiet, he doesn't know what to say. Many other battles, Pir Buddhu Shah took warriors and allowed Kalgitar Pacha to win in many other battles. And now, the time came when the Hakam, Usman Khan of Sadora place, he said that, oh Pir Buddhu Shah, hand yourself over to us. Pir Buddhu Shah took his family, sent them away. His other son died in a different battle. They had one son left. Sent their wife and their one son away. And now the time came, Pir Buddhu Shah is being captured. Pyare Usman Khan takes Pir Buddhu Shah, drags him into the forest, and in the middle of that forest, takes Pir Buddhu Shah, cuts his arms off, cuts his legs off, and says, will you hand yourself over to this Dharma of Islam? Will you hand yourself over? Pir Buddhu Shah says, no, that me dying for this love of my Guru is true bliss. Pyareo, Uthi Usman Khan takes the body of Pir Buddhu Shah, cuts it into little bits. Pir Buddhu Shah attains martyrdom, attains Shahidi at that time as well. I want you to take this history and put yourself in that spot. Bhangani Yodh is something that cannot be described in just merely a few moments. I want you to study. I want you to follow this path And take this one request from one brother to another brother or sister. Take this one request. Do not think history is something that is so old. No, live history inside of your heart. If we have the Ranjit Nagara today, if we have Guru Sahib Sache Pacha today, if we truly have Shaheed Singh and Singhania and their spirits today, we have these Shastras today. This is why we truly live this bliss. Dilon mohabbat jin sei sachya, jin man hor mukh hor se kande kachya. Those that turn their face away from the Guru, they will always be false. Those that face the Guru and live their life according to the Guru, the truth is they become the form of truth. They become the Sina of Kalgidhar Pacha. Pyareo, remembering the love of Peer Buddhu Shah, remembering the love of Sango Shah, remembering the love of Jeet Mal. Let's fight this battle inside of our minds as well. Sari Sangat Gaj Vaj ke Kalgidhar Pacha ji di bakshi hoye fateh. Buland awaaz vich bulao ji. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.